not a brand new piece. It was written about 25 years ago, but it's written by a living composer, and I've developed a little habit of relying on the scores for living composers' work. I don't really know why or how I developed this habit, but it just feels good to me. Maybe part of me feels like the composer is still with us. I could get a phone call if I didn't follow an instruction. Now, that being said, I actually know this composer quite well. She's a dear friend of mine. She actually was a teacher of mine once. She taught theory and ear training solfege at Manhattan School of Music Pre-College about, this be 15 years ago or so when I was a student there. She was one of my teachers. And I had not known about this piece at the time. I had known she was a composer, however. It took many, many years, about maybe 5 years ago now or so, maybe not quite even that long ago. We did reconnect through a mutual friend who is now married to her. And it's lovely to see how small the music world is. In fact, it's even more lovely to see how small the music world is across generations, because when Wang Jie, I call her, wrote this piece, she was a student still in school at 19 years old in Shanghai Conservatory. She was a double major, not only in composition, but also in piano. It's nice to know that she is a pianist writing for the instrument. She, not only did she write this piece for a, shall we say, performance jury is what it's called, when students are required to show their wares to the faculty, whether it be performing or, in her case, composing. Being a double major, she had two juries to do. One, she wrote this piece for, and the other one in piano, guess what she performed on the program? She performed that Mozart sonata that I just played. Now, this story is even more interesting because I did not know that she programmed that sonata on that jury while she was writing this piece. So it took all the way until last week for me to learn, when I played through part of this program for her and a few other friends. She exclaimed to me very excitedly, "Drew, I can't believe you programmed this Mozart sonata with this piece, because I was actually thinking of both works at the same time." Which I think is really interesting. I think it speaks to perhaps what this piece is about. And somehow intuitively, I latched onto something when putting these pieces next to each other. And I think maybe what that something is has to do with memory. And it has to do with that ambiguous sense that Mozart is so gifted at showing. We'll see later on in the Don Giovanni, which is over the top. But you'll see there's always an ambiguity, a bittersweetness in Mozart's music that I think she also tapped into in this beautifully nostalgic set of pieces, Memories of That First Summer. It's 6 short movements. The titles, I mean, might as well read them, right? First one is In Mom's Arms, the Moon Rises, followed by Squirrels and Nuts, followed by A Bell Tower Plunged Out of the Sky. Now this one I like. Dear Teddy Bear, is Mom ever coming home? Now this one is also cool. Racing to the River, We Beat the Beaver! Exclamation. And then this one is maybe the most mysterious one. Soft strokes of summer breeze, forwarding letters to Mom's new address on the moon. Now, G's mother was still with us, so I'm not really quite sure what this is about. I don't know if G even knows what it's about. When I read the titles to our group of friends who came to hear the work, she immediately started to shake a little out of embarrassment. So perhaps she's distanced herself from these titles in the preceding 25 years or so, since this piece was written, but maybe it's a key into something that's going on here. I hear a lot of Chopin, I hear a lot of Debussy. I hear some allusions to works by these composers, a little bit of the famous prelude of Debussy's The Sunken Cathedral in The Bell Tower Plunging Out of the Sky. Now, G will not confirm this, but I think she subconsciously was alluding to it there. And there are moments in the last one that really, I told G when I'm practicing this piece, I could practice just the left hand all day long. It's so beautiful, it's so expressive. And I think in relatively few notes, she does a really good job expressing beautiful feelings. So I hope you enjoy.